Time then for the first substitution of the game. A swift reaction then, and the boss opting to reshuffle his defence.
Look, only time will tell now if this is the right decision, but at least the manager hasn't dawdled. You know, he's reacted quickly, and it needed that.
Well, played right into his path.
Goes for a shot! And he hits the net!
And they're at it again, in double quick time!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Borussia Dortmund are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Odo. To Bale. Half an hour played now. Hazard tries to pass it through. Zico was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Raul. Raul was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Played towards the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Nicely weighted ball. Aubameyang, he is through here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nicely spread. Now it's Maradona. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Hazard. Oh, facing up to his adversary. It's Zico! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Costa Curta. And it's Roberto Carlos. He's gone for goal! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try from range.
Sanchez. Bale. Serginho, who does have an assist to his name. Borussia Dortmund finding their passes. And it's Yaya Toure. Sanchez.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Nuno Mendes. Maradona. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Borussia Dortmund certainly can feel happy about how things have gone. but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Borussia Dortmund sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Serginho, good ball, good take. Oh, no joy this time. Timber. York, the pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Strokes it back. Passing is crisp and sharp. Played into space. Roberto Carlos. And it's Azar. York. Zico. Well read, nice interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Marseille clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Raul. Great vision. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Raul. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Raul. And it's Otto. For Bale. And back to the keeper. Costa Curta.
The attendance for this
Neymar.
match was 60,100.
And he's forced to go back. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Otto. And back to the goalkeeper. Sanchez. And it's Otto. Raul. Sanchez is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defending. And it's Yaya Toure. Threads one in. That is good alertness. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Back to the keeper it goes. Beckenbauer. White. Roberto Carlos. Beckenbauer. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. White. Beckenbauer. White. Beckenbauer. Borussia Dortmund have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. White. Beckenbauer. All the way back. Could be danger here. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nuno Mendes. And it's White. That's at the end. Borussia Dortmund are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Van Basten claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Your final thoughts, Jim? The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. So it's down to business here. Odo making his 300th appearance today. Just another reminder to those who missed the pre-game ceremonies.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made it to that many appearances myself, but you only need to look around to see not just how much it means to him, but everyone that's here and beyond. This is a huge moment.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Toure gets over and intercepts. Oh, it's Van Basten.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Serginho. Now, he's got space here. Not the most accurate pass. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Neymar. And the ball is out of play. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. But that has not gone well. And the pass is intercepted. Can he get it through? And it's Salah. That's good play. Oh, well played. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Tries to play it through. He has found the way through. Oh, smashing header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Bale. It's just beyond his reach. Borussia Dortmund still without a single shot on target. Haaland. Now there's a fire. And the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Bale. Yaya Toure. Now Costa Curta. Yaya Toure. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Bale. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Son Heung-min. Bergkamp receives him in a wide position. Raul. And a chance! It's bounced back off the post. Well, that pass isn't the best. Mbappe! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Bergkamp. He's found the way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Borussia Dortmund clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, it's Van Basten. And they can counter here. It's a searching pass. Oh, given away. And Aubameyang! And yes, it's there! That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
How very smart. Son Heung-min! That pass has been well intercepted.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Neymar. Serginho. Now it's Aubameyang. Delicate ball, and it needs to be.
1 minute added time.
Mbappe. And we've reached half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Borussia Dortmund get the second half going. Now it's Aubameyang. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Haaland. Serginho. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Spread it left. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Borussia Dortmund applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be...
It's Son Heung-min! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! Into the lead once more. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Borussia Dortmund go into the lead. Bergkamp. Now it's Son Heung-min. Borussia Dortmund really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Now it's Van Basten. That's an imaginative pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
That's been cut out, well played. Ambitious ball here. Adams makes the interception.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Now it's Haaland. Haaland takes control. Mbappe! They've scored! And this is getting better and better. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Borussia Dortmund go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Bale did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Son Heung-min.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Neymar, there he goes, motoring forward. Oh, that was vital. Bastoni, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Mbappe. Quality ball. Just about up to 75 minutes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's Bergkamp. Neymar. Now, what about a counter-attack? Serginho. Played back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
That's a delicate pass.
There's the header!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Mohamed Salah is fouled. Adams. And it's Belletti. Yaya Toure cannot be beaten that easily. Now it's Aubameyang. And it's Neymar. Nicely shaped ball. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Well, they've got it again. Yaya Toure. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Shoots! Oh, taken with style! And what a climax we have here!
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Borussia Dortmund give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Backward it goes. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Serginho. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Borussia Dortmund perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Borussia Dortmund against
It is a
Marseille.
deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. There's the whistle. Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better on the pitch than this man, Ruud Gullit?
That is true, definitely. He has the pace, the power, the technique to play anywhere across the front line, but he also has the intelligence, the vision to play in a more withdrawn playmaking role, or even in defence. He could fill in and cover for any position as required, and he had the intelligence to be able to put it all together.
He really does have it all. And he welcomes it in. Hernandez. Now Mbappe. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Tries to play it through. Aubameyang! And for a moment, time stood still. Hernandez. Beckenbauer. And it's Neymar. And Alexander-Arnold. Beckenbauer. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Nicely shaped ball. The referee's awarded a free kick. Still goalless at the moment. Maldini.
Marseille clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Neymar. And it's Hernandez. Now Mbappe. Beckenbauer. Dunk is always looking to break lines. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Gullit. Neymar. Neymar goes steaming forward. Played into space. And that pass just didn't quite work. Hernandez. Mbappe. Hernandez. Now Mbappe. And here's Gullit. Now it's Neymar.
That's just playing it safe and simple.